Is it all good? Yes, it is. Okay. Let me know if the stream faces issues at some point. But yeah, we are then live for Tier 3, the penultimate race of the weekend for FWL at the Hungary ring. It's just me commentating today. We've had Tier 1 yesterday with a nice interesting race. Hopefully this can have more action. Hopefully. Always hoping it can have some more action. But yeah, welcome everyone to the 4th round of Tier 3 here at Hungary. For FWL, we basically this is the 4th last round before 7 rounds this season due to the new game coming out. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some nice action today. The lineups today that we have today consists of Hugo and Brendan driving through the Red Bull cars, Donkey Kong and Real Pixel for Mercedes, Monkey de Bran in Ferrari, Patid, Petro and Sirocco for McLaren, High Caliber for Alpine, Kirkhamlakis for Aston Martin and Danny Boy for AlphaTauri. So looking good. We also have the database running, which is pretty good. Yeah, probably next week. Actually, really likely next week I won't be here again because of work experience. But it's nice we can have commentary back. I don't know if we'll have commentary back for Tier 2 because I'm racing there, so I cannot stream. But we did have that for Tier 1 and Tier 3 at least. If I wasn't available, no one would have streamed. Anyway, High Caliber then the first, actually not one of the first few drivers to start the flying lap will go on board with them as they go run this start finish straight onto turn one to open the ice for the second time on his lap. There are a total of 3 DRS zones, actually not 3, 2 DRS zones at the Hungary ring, 2 of which are all have one single DRS detection zone. So it's really helpful when you're behind a driver. You can have DRS even if you get past them on the start finish straight. Meanwhile, Brandon sets a 117.714 and claims the provisional pole position in today's qualifying session. We are on board with High Caliber still as we have a few yellow flags getting deployed in Sector 1 and Sector 3. Hugo beats his teammate with a 1-2. Obviously no one else set a lap, so we're about to see Patid Petro goes 3rd fastest with a 117.957 as we have Donkey Kong pitting, coming back into the pits. High Caliber 4th 1-2 set a lap today. It will be a 118.391 from the Alpine driver. Up next we have Kirkhamlakis who invalidated, so he's decided to pit. Axton Sirocco up next. He goes round the final corner. Yes, but opened over the line. He sets a 119.351, places himself 5th in the leaderboard. Monkey de Bran up next, and then we'll have Real Pixel who's on an outlap. Monkey de Bran though goes 6th fastest with a 119.433. No one else managed to go faster overall, or in any case climb the leaderboard. They're all going below one another. We'll go more with the Real Pixel right now as he will be the last driver to complete the first series of flying laps. As both the Red Bulls go back into the pits, we still have Danny Boy and Real Pixel Danny Boy, Real Pixel, Kirkhamlakis and Donkey Kong, though out of the ones who are on track, Danny Boy and Real Pixel are the ones currently setting laps. As Real Pixel goes fastest in Sector 1, Danny Boy crosses the line right now to set a 156.261. That was a Real Pixel Noir coming around the last sector to complete his first lap of this session. Remember, sprint of 13 laps, if I remember correctly. 13 laps of sprint around the Hungary ring, then to go to our 35 lap race as Real Pixel crosses the line, gets himself into a Rebel sandwich with a 117.662 in second place at the moment, which is really really good in case he wants to give some good performance around this, I would say, Monaco without barriers circuit. Is what some people call it, like, and it's not wrong, but I would say that it's a bit easier to overtake here, though not really that easy. Just say it's a sort of similar circuit, but not really the same, because you got some sections where you can overtake. The rest of the track you cannot overtake, but that's another story. High Caliber meanwhile looking to improve his lap possibly. He's got 30% GRS. Does he have enough to actually increase the lap? I think so. Goes around the tricky section, tricky sector actually of the Hungary ring. Meanwhile, there is now at the exit of the last corner of sector 2, and up next we'll have Donkey Kong setting a time. He goes round sector 2 now. He's finished his time in sector 1. Now onto sector 2. He goes a bit wide round one of the trickiest corners this track has got. We talked about it yesterday, and it still remains one of the trickiest corners, as Donkey Kong has a bit of snap off steer around the exit of the chicane. And again, looks like I think he drives the controller, because his inputs are not smooth at all, and that's what he's got to improve on, surely. And it takes practice. It takes practice to be able to have smooth inputs on a controller. He's got the eyes wide open to set to 124.129, which he may want to improve because it's the slowest time so far. As Kirkmalakis goes into sector 2 now to possibly get the top 6, top 5, I would say. As he goes fastest in sector 2, then to sector 3 now. Got Monkey Brand on a lap as well, and so is Sirocco at the moment. Kirkmalakis, by the way, opens the eyes to set a 117.916 as expected. That's the top 5. In 4th place he goes. Sirocco up next on the line. Yes, wide open to set a 119. Oh, actually, he's just started his lap. He's just started his lap, so yeah. So we'll go more with Monkey then. Monkey who's on a fast lap. He's improved 4/10 in sector 1. Now on to sector 2. Couldn't see how much he had improved in sector 2. We got a spin from Big Homie, I think, turn 1, unless he was letting pass. Was letting a rebel pass, but I don't know. Yes, but open anyway for Monkey, who's used his all the eyes, though he's improving by 1 second and 2/10 to get himself up in the 6th place, 6th fastest overall. 118.193 for the Ferrari driver, who's looking to possibly improve that lap time, because he's still got enough time to set a few more laps. Sirocco, by the way, up next onto the line as Hugo starts his 2nd lineup. Sirocco jumps 1 place in the leaderboard, 118.556 for the McLaren driver. He's currently sort of 5 tenths behind his teammate. We have anyone else currently starting? Yeah, Big Homie. Big Homie suddenly starting his lap soon. And so we'll go on board with them right now. The ice pad opened. Onto turn 1. We go. This is his first lineup of the session. I see he has a bit of a snap at the exit of turn 1. Onto turn 2. There's some of the corners where you can overtake, but you must be really careful at. We've seen lots of action being deployed yesterday. But sector 1, he goes 28.5. I see tries not to invalidate and also tries not to spin on this really tricky corner. It's really hard to get right. To the chicane he goes as Hugo sets a 117.036. He goes even faster. He tries to go below that 117. No one managed to do that so far, as we have High Caliber going farther up the grid in 4th place. 117.808 for the Alpine driver, with Danny Boy improving his place and his time 118.004 for the AlphaTauri driver. His teammate is about to cross the line as Brandon improves. He goes 6 thousandths faster than his teammate. Big Homie goes 10 fastest with a 119.265. Drops Donkey Kong back. Donkey Kong will be starting one of his second lineup actually right now. He didn't have the best of runs, first couple of runs. Petro goes fastest though. Petro goes fastest and goes below 117. Hold on, because that's the first time, the first 116 we're seeing in the session, 116.875 to be exact, and that means that the tracker is probably getting faster. As Brandon, we saw he went faster than his teammate, so I think Red Bull wants to show something off. He has Donkey Kong spins round first corner of sector 2. I can't remember the numbers. I think it's turn 5 actually. To go more with Big Homie. Not Big Homie, sorry for that. Not Big Homie. Real Pixel just finished his lap as well. Brandon, same for him. Petro, same for him. So no one else on a lap apart from Donkey Kong. Really didn't have the best of runs as he spins once again with 4 minutes remaining in the session. Almost everyone in the pits, just Donkey Kong on track. And as we wait for a couple more drivers to go out on track, as they wait for the timer to go down a bit, we have Petro currently on provisional pole position. This could change any time now. 116.875 for the McLaren driver. Then Brandon in the Red Bull with a 117.030. 6 thousandths behind we have Hugo in 3rd. Real Pixel in 4th. High Caliber in 5th. Kirkham Legacy in 6th. That's your last 117. Then to go with the 118s, that's Danny Boy in 7th, Monkey D. Brown in 8th, and Accent Sirocco in 9th. Only one with the 119 is Big Homie at the moment in 10th, and Donkey Kong may want to improve his lap time for real, because a 124 is not what you wanna, not the kind of time you wanna have, especially in Hungary with such close times to each other. You don't wanna be the only one being the slow. As we have Sirocco and Danny Boy both going on their respective outlaps, so are Big Homie and Hugo, and also Real Pixel. So a few drivers going out, so is Monkey D. Brand now on the minimap. And so here's High Caliber. Lots of drivers coming out in there for the final run. their final run it will be. Our first driver to complete this session will probably be Axin Sirocco. Well, actually, he will have no, yeah, he has 2 laps. He's going to do 2 laps. He's doing 2 laps from the steering wheel. He's got 3.0 laps of fuel, so I think he's going to do 2 laps, and that's a good strategy. Yes, but open for Axin Sirocco as he starts his penultimate flying lap. So his teammate now comes out of the pits. Currently the pole sitter, but it's a provisional pole sitter. His teammate, by the way, we're talking about him, letting Big Homie, not Big Homie, Danny Boy pass though. Everyone else on a flying lap except Brandon and Petro. Brandon, who's doing one final lap, he's deciding to stay in the pits. Big Homie meanwhile having a spin, not running his lap. Ooh, and Axin Sirocco being really held up by the Mercedes of Donkey Kong. Likely he has one more run, but that's not what he would have expected, as Donkey Kong in the process spun and damaged his left end plate. Anyway, Sirocco will now have one more chance. His teammate will be the last driver to set a lap here. We'll go on board then with Real Pixel. First driver to complete the session. We'll go just with whoever can complete. Whoever will finish the session first. Danny Boy then goes fastest for now, 116.868. That could change as Real Pixel will be our first driver to cross and finish this qualifying session. Jasper opened, Brandon finished in 3rd. Big Homie gets a 5+ grid penalty for colliding with Monkey D. Bran. That's no good. Real Pixel goes 5th fastest in the end, 117.729. Donkey Kong pits as we go on board with Kokomanakis up next. We have a bunch of other cars coming up next. Kokomanakis goes 6th fastest, then the Red Bull of Hugo pits. Monkey D. Bran finishes 8th. The Alpine of High Caliber doesn't improve in the end. Big Homie is deciding to pit after the spin is out, is damaged his left hand plate. So up next we have not Sirocco. We have Petro, who's on a fight for the fastest lap with Danny Boy. But Danny Boy invalidated, so it's all up to Petro, whatever he can do. Can he deny Danny Boy's pole position? Or will Sirocco do it? Yes, but opened as he goes even faster, 116.727 for the McLaren driver. Sirocco on the line there to complete in 9th. But Petro at the last moment, until the last lap, he's had a pole position in Hungary for tier 3. The 4th round this is. So that we'll start the sprint race in 1st ahead of Danny Boy. This could be a nice fight between Danny Boy and Petro. Rebel Academy looking to challenge the top of the field. The rest of the Mercedes Academy cars being at the back, except for Petro, who is currently leading everyone. And then the rest. Ferrari Academy may have wanted a better result there, but at the end of the day, it's just qualifying. There's 2 more races to go before we officially call it a day for Hungary. As that's your starting grid. Big Homie got a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with Monkey Bran, I think it was. I don't know what happened there, but he surely will be starting behind Donkey Kong in 11th. Our results have been saved. So then that's Petro, then Danny Boy, Brandon in your top 3, then Hugo, Real Pixel, Kokomanakis, High Caliber, Monkey D. Bran, Sirocco, and Donkey Kong in your top 10. Big Homie with a 5 place grid penalty starts 11th in last place. He will start 14th. No, actually 15th. 15th, but obviously we haven't got 15 drivers, so he starts 11th on the grid. It's now gonna be quite a... It's gonna come down to how much fuel you load now, rather than what tire you pick. You could pick softs, but it's not recommended really, unless you want to die at the end of the race. As we with the drivers 2 ready up, and then we'll go. You can say there's 12 lap sprint race, or 30 lap, I don't remember. I think it's 12 lap. 12 lap sprint race around the Hungary ring to then head to a 35 lap race, which is gonna be quite exciting, hopefully. With 11 drivers on the grid, anything can happen. But just one DNF and everyone gets points if they don't DNF, obviously. So now go with a formation lap, and then we'll start with the lights out. One red to a green, and here we go with the formation lap, which sees Petro starting in first in the lead, leading everyone, leading Danny Boy from Brandon from Hugo. Then the Mercedes of Real Pixel, followed by Kirkmanlakis in 6th, High Caliber in 7th, Monkey D. Brand in 8th, Sirocco in 9th, Big Homie in 10th, and Donkey Kong in 11th. Still starting on mediums. So make sure to leave your predictions of how the race is gonna be like in the chat. We were having quite a nice amount of shots here, static shots. Waiting for the drivers to form up on the grid to start this 12 lap race, 12 lap sprint race. Good luck to everyone. Caliber doesn't park too perfectly. We're waiting for the last couple of drivers to form up on the grid slot. Then we'll wait for the green flag to start this race. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And it's lights out for this 12 lap sprint race around the Hungary ring. Petro gets a great start. Danny Boy didn't get a so good start as he gets eaten alive already by the two Rebels and the Mercedes of Real Pixel as we go round turn 1 already, with the Red Bull trying to lead off the start, but Petro still keeps the lead as we have Axin, Sirocco and Big Homie being involved in a collision there at the start, up further ahead in the grid. Turn 2 we had turn 2 and then to turn 3 with Kirkmanlakis and Danny Boy having quite a fight as we have Monkey D. Brand crashing out with a full wing damage there. No safety car so far, but that was quite a nasty hit, not gonna lie. Now as we have Donkey Kong also spinning at the same corner he spun in qualifying, not one of the many. As real, I think that will be fixed as soon as he crosses the line, but the four, I would say, the two Red Bulls, as Danny horrible start there. Hopefully, high caliber now, and he's dropped to P7. He started P2, and now he's dropped to P7. Not a good start for the AlphaTauri of Danny Boy, as he's got his teammate behind, 2 seconds behind, now 3 seconds behind him. Spectro, because with a 124.829, as Realplix has got some glitches here going on. It says 1 plus 1 minute 21 of Brandon to try and get for spitting in the pit lane, which is not. If he's fighting for some good places, he's gonna lose out within 5 seconds of the car behind. Further down the grid we have that more too high caliber. When 669, that's an improvement for the lap. Really needs to improve a bit. As Petra managed to get in the ice range, and Donkey Kong spun once again. We don't have practice, that's the result. As I was saying, he's about to get lapped as well. Not really what you want to see. It's just a sprint, but obviously starting the race in last place and then spinning once again, it's not gonna be good. Show off a performance. The big homie gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits as Brandon disconnects. Brandon disconnects, and I got to invite him back quickly. If he loads, I can. Okay, there we go. Triplex now will have a free shot at getting that P2 without hesitation, without too much effort. Gets a P2. Fight his own academy mate now for that win. Will he though? It's just a sprint. I don't know whether he will or not, but the two rebels, what we know is that the two rebels are now in 3rd and 4th, followed by Kirkmanakis, who's trying to catch them up, as he's got to look out for High Caliber and Danny Boy. We're having quite almost a fight here with the P6. Danny Boy going fastest in sector 1, looking to beat Petra's fastest lap time, as Donkey Kong spins once again and is now lapped by the entire grid, but Sirocco, Big Homie and Monkey. So lapped by the most of the grid. Danny Boy loses it as I saw it. He lost it right as he touched the curb. That's not good, as he's gonna lose the place on Axion as well now. The two AlphaTauris now landing themselves up in 8th and 9th respectively. With Kirk Melakis having less to worry about, but High Caliber is still there, still present. With the DS wide open now. Try and make the move happen. Round turn 1, will he make it? No, he won't. He looks for it, but he waits behind patiently. DS wide open again for the Alpine driver as he tries to go. Look for it again. He wants to wait. He wants to have the perfect opportunity to go for it. He doesn't want to risk it in a sprint race, because there's going to be a main race then. And the place you finish in this race is going to award you a nice starting place for the main race. you if you finish well here. And Cyclope, I think he got a warning for cutting the corner there at the end of sector 1. They'll take something while catching up on Petro. With his gap being the others behind. The gap is stabilizing itself, but at times it gets closer, like right now. Yeah, it's wide open once again. Brendan still hasn't. I think he's got his Wi-Fi completely died if he hasn't joined back yet. That's no good for him. He's gonna get dropped out massively here. As his teammate helps him out. Red Pixel made that gap go down to 3 tenths only. Now 2 tenths. To Petra as he has a moment there at the end of sector 1. He loses the P2 and the potential chance to fight and to keep Brandon behind. Brandon now joins back in the lobby, and Real Pixel gets dropped from P2 to down to P6. That's a massive mistake from him, especially in a sprint. He started so well in the main race. Now he's gonna have to do it all again unless he can build up the places up again throughout as he overtakes the rest of the cars ahead of him. But he's still 2 seconds behind the top 5. That could have cost him the final result for real, as it's still lap 7 now. Lap 7 out of 12. 6 laps remaining. With Brandon not back in his car yet. So his teammate is getting back past him as Brandon now takes control back again of takes control of his car again as he got passed by his teammate. Vikram Lag will have a chance of getting him probably, as he's trying to fight with his teammate now. He may be held up. Hugo already caught up to the McLaren of Petro for the lead in the sprint, as he gets a 3-second time penalty, which is not good for him at all. He gets 3 seconds, which is gonna really mess his race up if there's a safety car getting deployed or anything, or in any case, spins or you know, right now, he would be dropped to P4. He's trying to get the Aston Martin of Kirknakis. Right, sorry for the silence there, but wait, some issues going on. So Hugo there managing to still stay behind McLaren and Petro. My audio is glitching. Okay, 1 second. Can you hear me? I know it's weird because it shuts down randomly. I hate it. Looks better now. Let me know if you cannot hear me at some point during the stream. I'll restart it. Anyway, back to the commentary. Then we are up to 10 out of 12. It's going by quite quickly as Donkey Kong gets 3 seconds for track limits. Again, I think. No, just the first time he gets it. Hugo, meanwhile, has been managing to stay behind. Hugo has Petro there. Petro had a massive mistake. I just noticed that. I'm sorry for noticing it just now. He crashed out at that corner where Donkey Kong had a spin there in qualifying and in the race as well. Oh my! That's revolutionizing this entire race. The 1-2, now that becomes a 1-2, it's going to Red Bull for the sprint, unless something happens. There's still Kirkimlag is able to challenge them off, but that's massive for Petro. One mistake and you're out. Now they're gonna start in P11. That's what you wouldn't expect at all from a sprint race. But it can happen for real now. It's all on Kirkimlakis to try and get in between the Red Bulls, or for anyone else really, because the Red Bulls right now could be cheering in the sprint and also in the main race if they manage to hold the rest of the grid off at this. Speaking of that, High Caliber gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, track limits. But right now, though, could be looking. If Kirkimlakis manages to get within 3 seconds of Hugo, he could actually get that P2 in his hands. That's only comes down to him. It only comes down to him. High Caliber catching up. Kirkimlakis now. Kirkimlakis is looking to lose a bit pace though. Grip. I think. He's dropped the gap down a bit now on Brandon. High Caliber though has the IS on the Aston Martin ahead. And he's gaining and gaining and gaining until the point he could make a move up and down the inside of turn 1. But he waits behind and he could get a warning. Just lightly there as he loses it around the exit of turn 1 and gets Real Pixel. Nice P4 there, almost gets pitched on the grass there. That's not good for the Alpine driver at all. Just as he was going out of turn 1, he lost it suddenly. This race is giving some nice action, not gonna lie. As we come round the final 2 corners, then it looks likely that the Red Bull will be quite happy with that 1-2 for the sprint, but it's not over yet. There's still a 35 laps. And Hugo wins the sprint race for round 4 in Tier 3. Fourth. Then High Caliber As someone got a 3-second time penalty. I think that was Monkey. Danny Boy in 8th, Monkey Brand in 9th, and Donkey Kong in 10th. Petro, after the spin, lost the lead and now starts P11 to possibly do a last to first. Who knows? What are your thoughts on this race? I would ask you, because this was quite an interesting one. Could be the same for the 50% one? No. You just for 2/10 lost the lead, lost the win this sprint. Brandon though is our winner the sprint. Still our Rebel 1-2, so the result is not like it changes. It changes for the drivers' championship, not for the constructors though. After this sprint, that's your results. Wonder if it's saving the sprint results. If it doesn't, I'm gonna save them myself. Oh yeah, it did. It did save them, so it's good. So we have Brandon then starting the main race in first place. Then Hugo and Kirkhamlak completing your top 3. Then Real Pixel, High Caliber, Sirocco, Big Homie, Danny Boy, Monkey Brand, and Donkey Kong in your top 10. And Patty Petro will have to do a last to first, or in any case, last to question mark challenge to get all of his points back up. He lost potential 8 points from this race, and now onto the main race, which could assign you 26 points if you manage to win and get the fastest lap. But that's up to the drivers, not to crash out and to have a good race. We wait for the drivers now to sort out their strategies and their fuel amount to start the final race of Tier 3. To go with the formation lap now for one final time in Tier 3, then we'll head to Tier 2 at 8 PM. 1 red, 2 green, and here we go. Formation lap begins for the final race, Tier 3. 35 laps around the Hungary ring. I don't know how many times I said that. But starting in first place is Brandon, followed by Hugo, Kirkhamlakis, Real Pixel, High Caliber, Sirocco, Danny Boy, Monkey Brand, Donkey Kong, Petro, and Migomi. Oh wait, there's also Big Homie. I forgot. Wait. What? I'm confused. Okay. I know. I'm pretty sure, unless he's got a 5 place grip penalty, I'm pretty sure he was starting P6. Okay then. I don't know if the grip penalty applied also to this race, but quite weird, not gonna lie. Anyway, we have Brandon from P1 to P6 we have them on mediums, as well as Donkey Kong and Patty Petro. Then we have Danny Boy and Big Omi, both of Atari starting on hards, and Monkey D. Bran trying the Ferrari strategy. Just kidding. Starting on softs. Good luck, Monkey, because it's gonna be a pain for you at the lap 10 or so. But yeah. One, two, three, four, 5 lights for one final time. It's lights out and away we go for tier 3 in Hungary, with Brandon getting a great start. Hugo not getting not so good start for Hugo as he tries to be defensive around the outside, as Real Pixel tries to defend off from Kurganakis. We have a spin there from Monkey Brand, who started on soft. Now it's going to be a pain, even more pain for them, having 100-degree soft, I would say, as we have high caliber Petro, Sirocco all fighting for one single place. That's the P5, as Donkey Kong jumped quite nicely throughout the grid. In P5 now he is, as he almost loses it, and he makes contact with almost everyone there. What happens? That's a virtual safety car. That's only a virtual safety car. What happened? He made contact with high caliber, Sirocco, Petra and Big Homie. Though the top 3 remains unchanged. Petro, Big Homie, Monkey quite nicely to P7, but that was quite a squad. As it's green again. Wants to at least gain something of them. He's approaching now, the trick is one, but it looks like it. I cannot explain it, but the battery is getting closer and closer. He has to wait back, to wait behind. This Monkey will have to do some walk here to try and gain something for real. He's still gonna get 1 point, but you may want more from a 50% raises. Real Pixel goes fastest, 121.243, and it overtakes Hugo as well and beats Real Pixel's fastest time, 121.124 for the Alpine driver. So Real Pixel going faster than Brandon there. Spectre goes past Sirocco there, as DS also gets enabled this lap. They will be able to use it as soon as they cross the DS detection point. One more time this lap, and as long as they are within a second to the car ahead. You're not letting Real Pixel go so easily, as he steals almost loses it there. That is not there, but he's corrected it. This track honestly is so understeery, I can see. Always see another take. Gonna take back from Hugo on the south of the straight, or will the Pixel gap him as soon as he takes the speed? Pixel not having the best lines out there, but Hugo not neither is Hugo. Brendan goes fastest, 120.7 790. Big Homie spins at the final corner, the exit of the final corner. Does he have damage from that? No, he doesn't look like it. Hugo's still behind Real Pixel. Real Pixel is managing to slowly catch up to Brandon here. He went fastest, but he has actually had quite a mistake there. What happened? Oh, man, this game honestly has to fix itself. Like, I cannot commentate properly like we have dizzying each time. I thought he had brake failure, but he corrected himself. Like, it's not really a good thing having this kind of dizzying, honestly. That's why I say it's a play to rage game more than a play to have fun game. Play to enjoy, more of a play to rage. Anyway, just wide open for Real Pixels is now within a second to Brandon as he goes even faster than Brandon. 120.626 as Danny Boy has a moment there at the penultimate corner, letting his teammate catch up. Just wide open once again for Real Pixel, who's managing to gap Hugo now. Despite of Hugo having gas, he didn't have it back then. But Big Homie spinning again at the final corner, same spot where he did last lap. And now he's letting Monkey, he's getting Monkey Bass. I think he's got damage this time. I may be wrong though. Going to like his meanwhile being invited. Gapped a bit more. Real Pixel meanwhile trying to do his best there to catch Brandon up. It's going a bit wide. The third last corner, reaching this long hairpin, and then the final hairpin before they had on the last finish straight once again. Start finish straight once again. There we go. Once again the ice had opened. Sixth time this race. He's gaining, but it's not enough to try a move. It all comes down to how you take your lines. The entry and the exit out of the corners matter a lot. And Brandon is already managing to gap him. He's got a bit more EIS to use, but not a lot. Not a lot. He's already on 33%. That's gonna finish at some point. He's gonna run out of it at some point. So, yeah, his management is really crucial as well. If you dump it all up, the first few laps, you're not gonna have enough for the end of the race. Whoever has more EIS could get you at any point. Obviously, that's easier said than done, but something someone should focus on more during a race, as well as managing fuel and tires. Yeah, this is also very important. Apart from that, Rampix is still just about hanging on with the DRS there, as he has the chance one more time to try and get past Brandon for the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix of Tier 3. The penultimate this weekend for F1 and then we're heading to Tier 2 at 8 PM. Basically in 55 minutes. Danny Boy there having a mistake again. He's about to get caught up by Monkey, who's still 2.4 behind on softs, which means he will have to pit soon. Actually, about lap 10, lap 11, I would say, but we'll see what he decides to do. And I'm thinking he's going to on hards later. because he could have enough time to go on them and then do a one stop. That could be a nice strategy. And Pixel now closer than he was last time, but he has a moment there. He loses big time. The focus is what's also important. Hugo's trying his best to get that DRS again, but he's not looking likely so far. Pixel back again within a second. DRS pad opens, but the gap still stays 7/10 as soon as they reach the start finish straight. This is basically the only battle on track right now. DRS pad opens again for the Mercedes, who's catching up. Furthermore, oh, and we have an incident again from Danny Boy. He's going facing the wrong way. Almost between the penultimate corner and the last corner. His teammate wants to do a replica of what he did. He almost got damage from that. These tires are probably giving up at this point, but they're continuing. They're committed to it. As Danny Boy now retires on track, that won't be a safety car. But what a weekend for the AlphaTauri boys. That was actually hilarious, seeing the two teammates spin in the same corner. Oh, and Brandon having quite a mistake there. This could cost him the lead this lap, actually next lap, because they're about to cross the line and start the 9th lap. Pixel is closing up now to get that move done. The DRS pad open for the Mercedes. Hugo also has the DRS on the Mercedes ahead as they move on the outside line now. Brandon still trying to hold on. Will they make it happen now as they squeeze him a bit to the curb there? Hugo trying to get involved in here. Goes around the inside now. Real Pixel having to leave space. They make a bit of contact, but the positions stay unchanged. This could be going wild in a moment as Hugo lost a bit there after having after doing a mistake there outside of turn 3. Krikamilak is about to get into the DRS range of Hugo, and this is going wild soon enough. As I thought we would see a battle between Petro and Danny Boy, but actually we're seeing a battle between Real Pixel and Brandon instead, which is nice to see. Let's see whoever also can possibly get that lead. If Brandon will win or if anyone else will win. It all comes down also on strategies. Merkimlak is, as we speak, has DRS on Hugo. And Hugo doesn't have DRS on Real Pixel, which means Merkimlak has a nice chance to catch up here. But he's not opening it. I think he forgot about it, but yeah, he's not opening it. I don't know if he has a problem or anything, but I don't know. And Real Pixel's still close to him, but still not much to make it happen. It happened once, but Brandon has a nice defensive skill, which means Real Pixel will have to put more effort to get that done. Pretty much the top 4 now gapped the rest of the pack, as Axel Sirocco has a moment. And damage is nothing, actually. He hasn't damaged, but he's spun. And this corner, I don't know what's going on with it, but it's the corner where most drivers spin at this race. Seems like he's had quite a I think he had messed up somewhere because he lost quite a bit on Hugo. Hugo now has the ice again on Real Pixel, and he's closer to Real Pixel than Real Pixel is to Brandon, and the move could happen anytime sooner. Red Bull against Mercedes. Where did I see this before? is a nice camera angle as well. Rebixel about to get out of the DIS range of Brandon. Still, Brandon is trying his best to get him out of that DIS range. He wants to help his teammate out. Rebixel knows he has to stay within 1 second so as to still gain advantage when the pit stops come around. It's gonna be hard now. It's not even about the EIS difference, it's about how you take those lines and the tire wear as well. Which I cannot see because they don't have telemetry enabled. As I think Real Pixel doesn't have DIS on Brandon, this leaves him vulnerable to Hugo now. DIS had opened for the Red Bull, using all most of the CIS here, moving on the outside line, trying to make it happen. Brandon disconnects once again. This could mean that Real Pixel and Hugo could get the lead. Either one of them as they go side by side around turn 2 now. Real Pixel has the better line though. Will Hugo manage to stay ahead? Yes, he will. Real Pixel still doesn't give up now. He waits. He stays behind. I have to invite Brandon. His connection not the best, like mine. Monkey pits now. Monkey pits. Goes too hard as I expected. Big Homie jumps to 8th now. Yeah, Pixel Tires probably praying at the moment. He's losing out on Hugo as well now. Big Homie joins back. And Real Pixel losing the DIS of Hugo as well. Hugo has the IS on his teammate. It's looking likely that right now Red Bull has more pace than the Mercedes of Real Pixel. Not even because of the EIS, it's because of the probably setup or something, I don't know. But right now the Red Bull 1-2 stays confirmed at lap 13 out of 35. There's still pit stops to be done with Big Homie. Well, Big Homie actually could have quite a nice run for the end of the race because he's on hards and everyone else is going to pit soon. So if there's a safety car, it could actually have quite a nice, not really safety car, but virtual safety car, let's say. He could actually have quite a nice run. In any case, a safety car would put him probably in the lead, but he would be massively yeah, he would massively lose out because of the tire wear. I mean, oh, he did have a spin, now losing out to Monkey who's pit a lap earlier. Brandon getting back in his car, and I think, yeah, they're both fighting now for the lead. Hugo wants the lead, and they're pushing their teammate off track a bit there. Brandon will like that for sure. But I don't know if team orders are a thing at the moment are Rebel during this race. I don't know, but oh yeah, Brandon is now letting Hugo pass again. Actually, Hugo is letting Brandon pass again. I don't know if team orders are active during this race for Red Bull, but that looked like one. Or perhaps Hugo just thought it was bad the way he overtook them. Could also be. But that means Real Pixel is back within a second to Hugo, and that is not good news for the Red Bull boys. Megumi though could be on a nice strategy here. I mean, he's about to get lapped, but there's pit stops to be done. So if he manages to gain something, could be a good thing. As we have... Oh wait. Monkey ran the being lapped now, and so is... Oh, Hugo had a moment as well. I was just focusing on someone on another icon on track. Hugo had a moment as well, and this is a massive mistake. Like for the lead, all of a sudden Hugo, who due to that mistake now has been dropped from P2 to P5, which is not good at all. Especially because there's not another race after this, so he has to come back, do a comeback for real. ASAP, I would say, because lap 15 out of 35 and you don't have much time. Also because you have to pit, and he's pitting now. And he's gonna pit for hard. And so is Monkey, who spun at the same corner. No, Monkey is not pitting. I thought he was. Monkey though spun at the same corner as Hugo. I don't know what happened there. I wasn't looking. This race is becoming more interesting and interesting. We have Lotus there saying high caliber, my god. High caliber not having that bad of a race. He's trying to catch up to Kirko, but the pit stop's gonna help him out for sure. He has thought not being this faster tire out there on this track. Monkey doing quite a nice turn at the exit out turn 3. He's about to get lapped by Brandon. No, Hugo. He's already got lapped by most of the grid. Not a good race from Monkey at this stage. Real Pixel, meanwhile, now that Hugo is not in the way, Real Pixel has enough time to catch up to the Red Bull driver ahead, and he's going to pit as well as Real Pixel and as well as Kirko. Both of all of the top 3 is going in the pits right now. Will High Caliber pit? No, High Caliber will continue. High Caliber is trying the overcut. They're going all on hard. Now it all matters on whoever has the fastest pit stop. Now it's a 3-way fight for the lead, because High Caliber hasn't pit yet, and it's looking likely that he may get overtaken by those 3 unless they have a mistake. With Big Homie spinning and Petro pitting for hard. Petro leaving the pits right behind his teammate. Monkey pitting to retire in the pits. Not a good race for Monkey. Certainly not the last one. Caliber now pitting. Living the pits just ahead of Hugo. Hugo had quite a nice run there after the pit stop. Also lost it, almost lost it around turn 1. But High Caliber now he could have a chance in getting the fight for the lead. As well, Pixel, sorry for not looking at it, I was just sorting out something. Real Pixel takes the lead on Brandon, sorry for that. Takes the lead. Now, the hards obviously, everyone is on hards, apart from Big Homie who will pick soon for mediums. I think so, or for softs. Real Pixel, obviously hards now being the fresh compound of hards, gonna just give us some more entertainment. But Hugo actually gained a lot from that pit stop, which means he could actually try and get back to the top 3. High Caliber is letting his own academy mate pass, and now he just has to catch 4.3 seconds until he catches the top 3. Brandon though won't be happy about staying in P2. Will try to catch that Mercedes up. But will it be enough? Will the DIS be enough? Because Real Pixel currently has more DIS than Brandon. This gets a bit wide there. The exit of turn 1. Pixel had a good job done there, but after overtaking Brandon for the lead, he knew he had to, because he was on fresher tires. Now Kirk Malakis is trying to keep up with those two. He's already 2 seconds behind Brandon, and Hugo is catching 10s by 10s on the Aston Martin driver. The gap is going down rapidly, despite having a 1 lap tire difference. It stabilizes in the corners, but it goes down in this straight line. In terms of straight line speed, Real Pixel with the fastest lap, 1:20.307. Now it seems like it's stabilized between Kukenlak and Hugo. Kukenlak is now pushing a bit more, so he's getting that gap go down by 3 tenths, 2 tenths, 3 tenths. Now we reach the point where there's not much to say. Brandon disconnects once again. Disconnection, not really liking his race at the moment. That's not good for him, as Kukenlak is about to catch up, as you can see in the background. Big homie pitting now for mediums. He's gonna get lapped by most of the grid. Now Kukenlak is about to get within a second to Brandon. This is not what Brandon would have expected to happen. This Kukenlak is still trying to get the gap to go down, try and get the P2. For now, that Brandon is facing issues. Hugo is not far behind though, as he gets 3 second time penalty for track limits. He's the only one to get one so far, as he goes quite wide there, letting High Caliber get within a second him. Possibly team orders here, or I don't know. That wouldn't make sense, but I always think about all the possible scenarios that could happen for anything. Brandon now joins back. High Caliber with the DIS on Hugo to try and stay within him, to try and also benefit from in case he catches up the top 3. There's still a bit of laps to go, so it's still not over. My question is, will it be over before tier 2 takes place? Oh, Hugo tries to let High Caliber pass on the grass. I don't know if it was a mistake from Hugo. But High Caliber now is in 4th place trying to catch Black is ahead, and now that gap will go down. Now the gap will surely go down. That's how you think on 2 lap pressure tires, and it is going down rapidly now. You can see the difference. Black's door now has caught up to Brandon, though he doesn't have the ice yet, but it was within a second to him for a few seconds. Me going with the fastest lap after pitting for mediums, he will get the fastest lap if he stays like that. 119.780, which is good enough to be kept. Coco then trying to get into the DDIs, but there's not much he can do apart from trying to push it to the limit here. P3, still a good shot here. And Big Yomi spins once again. He gets slapped by the entire grid now. Actually, not the entire grid, there's still action to go. But he is indeed about to be lapped by the entire grid as he spins once again. These tires have definitely given up. For real. As Petro pits, Petro goes for a pit stop actually. I wonder why. Possibly going for softs, but it will be too early. Wing damage, and he goes for softs. So that makes sense, but softs would be too early to fit them on now. Guess he wants to go even faster then. He gets passed by his teammate Sirocco. Fogo then closing the gap down, trying his best to do that. Not really much to say at this stage. The gap though has been going down now by a few tenths. This could be a nice sign from Kokonakis to try and, or from actually tire wear from Brandon's side. Kokonakis, we know he wants to get that P3, the P2. Brandon now gets 3 seconds for track limits. That's not good. It's still laps from the end, and Kokonakis is within 3 seconds at the moment. So this could mean a really bad scenario if this stays like that for Brandon. Petro, meanwhile, with the softs catching up on his teammate, obviously being the faster one. But the softs are gonna possibly give up by the end of the race, like we saw yesterday. With, who was it, getting 3 seconds. Yeah, Hugo getting 3 seconds once again. Now that's 6 seconds more of time penalties. Obviously, it's not gonna change much in his result unless something happens to him. But that's unlikely, being it being 41 seconds the gap that is between Sirocco. Unless there's a safety car, that's gonna put him at risk if there's a safety car. As I always say, anything can happen. Just like Hikimlag is now dropping the gap down to below a second on Brandon. So even if he doesn't get it, even if he doesn't get him by penalties, we get him on track. If he manages to take him. Sirocco got overtaken now by his teammate Petro, now on the hunt for Hugo to bring that gap from 42 seconds to less than a second in what, 10 laps or so. Someone disconnected, but I don't know who it is. Big homie. I'm gonna invite him right back. Sorry for stopping the stream each time, but not much I can do about it. I'm helping with invites if I can. There he goes, he joins back. This is still not enough, even if he has not enough to get the gap even further down. Brendan has a nice defensive and overtaking skill there to manage to keep drivers behind as much as he can. Petro goes fastest now, 119.669. Fastest lap now going to Petro. That means Big Homie, who now takes control of his car once again, and possibly he doesn't know that Petro now has the fastest lap, which means he won't be getting an additional point, but he will get to 4 points instead of 5. Petro in this case will get 9 points instead of 10. It will be just 1 point difference from Hugo, as it stands. Kokonakis is now dropped farther behind Brandon with a 1.4 second gap. So from 7 tenths to 1.4, I think he had a mistake somewhere. And High Caliber is approaching quickly. 2.1 is now the gap between those two. And this could be going on, this could be brought until the end of the race. And what I mean with that is that High Caliber could actually have a nice chance at overtaking at like lap 33, lap 34, lap 35. Because the rate at which is catching up is quite quick. Where's Brandon? Brandon has just had a mistake. Brandon has just had a mistake all of a sudden. And Kirkmanlakis, the same. Hugo firstly had a mistake. Now Brandon does have a mistake. A similar corner that is. Well, that puts Kirkmanlakis in second now. What I can say is that Brandon was certainly not like what happened, and so won Hugo. This race honestly bringing like more action than yesterday's, even if it's nothing's happening, but all of a sudden something happens, so it's good entertainment, and hopefully the tier 2 the same. High Caliber now has one job to do, needs to get Kirkmanlakis and gap him before he can, otherwise he will be able to still get him by penalties. And it's not long to go until he does so. He's just 1.7 behind. He has to just get that gap to go down even further. And Migo spins once again. Now gets almost lapped by the entire grid. I haven't seen the one lap next to a driver's name in a while in the spectator's point of view. Hugo now within a second to High Caliber, who's trying to catch up Kirkmanakis, but he's not looking likely at the moment, and it's just 6 laps remaining, and soon to be 5. With Big Homie now pitting once again for the soft tire compound. Someone would think he would pit the softs. Yeah, indeed he does. And now he's officially lapped by everyone. Now being lapped twice. Poor Big Homie, honestly. Now he's giving DRS though. Now he's giving DRS. Now he will be giving DRS to some of the drivers behind him. Well, certainly not to the top 3 or the top 4, but to the top 5 he may. And this could be a rebel tactic here. Just kidding. But yeah, Hugo with DIS still not managing to catch up. I don't know if he wants to overtake him. I would suppose so, but Parkalb is now pushing a bit more and getting the gap down to a 1.5 gap. Half a second. Not half a second. 1 second and a half to Kirkmanakis. Half a second would be 5/10, so yeah. And Big Homie still doesn't care about the racing going on. He just wants to go faster and faster and get the fastest lap on his name. It's basically a battle between Mercedes Academy and Red Bull for the fastest lap. Whoever can set the fastest one. Oh, and High Caliber there! High Caliber there! High Caliber! Now that's the 3rd Red Bull Academy driver to spin this race. Not like there hasn't been orders from Mercedes or Ferrari, but Red Bulls have been having quite an unfortunate race with all those spins. And High Caliber, look at him! He's going for softs. He wants the fastest lap. At least he knows he may not get a good place. Actually, he's going for mediums. Used mediums. Either he failed to change it, because I thought he was going for softs. Well, even more interesting then. I was saying he knows he may not gain that many points and get the good of a place, but at least he could get a nice extra point for the fastest lap and not awarded to anyone else. And Hugo now has enough fuel. Hugo now has enough energy to get that gap down and try and get Kirkmanakis a lap 33 out of 35, and as we go on it will be less time that he has. So now Kirkmanakis will probably have to defend like Checo or Alonso to try and keep Hugo behind. Can he do the same that Brandon did or not? Well, we'll soon find out. As Big Homie, by the way, spun again a few seconds ago. Certainly not the race Big Homie what we would have hoped for today. But as most of us say, it is what it is. At least right now he's getting a fastest lap, an extra point to his name. As Brandon leaves the session once again. Brandon disconnects once again. Brandon, we really have to fix something in his connection for next race. High Caliber pits, and I think as expected, he's pitting for softs once again. Yeah, he failed to select it properly. Hugo has to think something quickly here. It's lap 34 now. It's about to be lap 34. There's not many laps to go. He has to get into the IS by last lap if he wants a chance at getting Kirkmanakis. This is not possible. He has the IS now though. He's managed to get into the IS now, which is even better for him. The IS had opened. Oh, Hugo, this is going to the last lap, I can tell. This is going to the last lap, even if he does. Hugo has 6 seconds to serve, so Kirkmanakis is safe. But a nice fight is good, still good. Nice high caliber. Leaves the pit lane behind Sirocco and Petro. Behind Sirocco. Because Petro already overtook him when he spun. As you can see, he's quite far ahead in the minimap. Hugo being that close. And Real Pixel has just to hold on for one more lap once he crosses the line to win once again in Tier 3 for at Hungary. Not that he didn't want to win it in Hungary, but like once again, because he won already this season. So yeah, it all comes down to how his lap is gonna be now as he crosses the line and starts the final lap of the Hungarian Grand Prix for Tier 3. In about 17 minutes we'll go for Tier 2, so make sure to tune in on that if there's a stream. Yes, but open by the way for Hugo as he now goes on the inside. Kirkmanakis is being smart and waiting for the switchback. Hugo though has the DIS. Kirkmanakis though knows that Hugo has 6 seconds, so he has to wait behind and hope he finishes this lap 6 seconds behind Hugo. Hugo's already doing some good work to try and get the gap at least to 3 seconds. Because we don't know whether drivers could actually get one of the penalties removed. But as we wait to know how it's gonna finish for Hugo and Kirkmanakis, Real Pixel comes round the final corner for one last time in Hungary, crosses the DIS line once again and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix for Tier 3 in FWL at round 4. In second we have Hugo, but due to time penalties it's gonna be Kirkmanakis taking second, Hugo third, Brandon fourth, Petro in fifth, High Caliber in sixth, Sirocco in seventh, and Big Homie in eighth. With the 3 DNFs we had today being Monkey D. Brand, Danny Boy, and Donkey Kong. Big Homie giving us one last donut before he crosses the line and finishes this race. What a race it's been! It's been quite entertaining. More entertaining than Tier 1 due to all the chaos that's unfolded in the sprint and in the main race. Big Homie spins once again, by the way. But yeah, congrats to Real Pixel, Kirkmanakis and Hugo for the top 3. Rumble still scoring quite a nice hand. But obviously, mistakes happen in races, and those ones have caused them possible 1-2, and it was looking likely for them. High Caliber with the fastest lap right at the end, 1:19.534. That means High Caliber is gonna have a total of 9 points awarded next to their name. With actually that's a McLaren. That's not High Caliber. That is Petro with a full front wing damage to cross the line. As Real Pixel is also wins the race and is also your driver of the day. That's your podium celebration there. As soon as we get the results, I'm gonna end the stream because I've got a tier 2 race to attend, so yeah. I don't know if we'll have a stream for tier 2, but it's about to start soon. 13 minutes to go. Hopefully we'll have a stream for that. And that's your final results then for tier 3. Let's go to the race results. Repixel gets that win, followed by Kirkmanakis, Hugo, Brandon, Patty Petro, High Caliber, Sirocco, Big Homie, Monkey Brand, Danny Boy, and Donkey Kong. Those 3 DNFs happening due to driver mistakes, unfortunately. But overall, we have Real Pixel leading from Kirkmanakis, Hugo, Brandon, High Caliber, Petro, Sirocco, Big Homie, Danny Boy, Monkey Brand, and Donkey Kong. So it looks like the finished places remain unchanged. And all the race results have saved, so yeah. So that's pretty much it for tier 3. Thank you everyone for watching, and there's one more race to go this weekend. That's tier 2 happening in 12 minutes. If you want to watch, if there's a stream, feel free to. Otherwise you can look at any POVs that drivers are streaming of the point of view. For tier 3, it is all. So thank you for watching, and see you, I guess, for tier 2 if there's a stream. Otherwise, see you next week for the Spanish Grand Prix with a new layout, not the 2023 one, but the 2022 and 2021 one. Thank you for watching once again, and as I said, bye for now.